And hello, everyone. Good morning from West Dundee, the
Take
Canlan Ice
two.
Arena here in West Dundee. The NIHL game of the week. We got a doubleheader coming for you this morning from West Dundee. Eric Willowide along with Aaron Schellen here from Stream Sports Midwest. Our first game, the Vipers visiting the Leafs in a Squirt 10 and under matchup here in the Silver Campbell division. The final game in the seeding round for both of these teams. This is the last day for the seeding round for everyone in NIHL, Aaron. And coming in, these two teams looking to gain a little point advantage. Not sure how much the final game is going to mean in terms of their placement, but they're both going to go at it anyways.
Yeah, it may not make much of a difference in terms of standings or where they end up, but every game is a good opportunity to practice good hockey behaviors,
Yes.
right? To get better and to learn each and every day. So every game's important, even if it doesn't necessarily matter in the seeding rounds. But yeah, I'm excited for the seeding round to be done and for really the real action to kind of get started.
Yeah, because they'll have to take a week pause as they figure out the placements in the divisions, and then the regular season, I believe, is scheduled to begin on November 5th. Let's get through the standings here in the Silver Campbell division. The Leafs come in with a record 7 games played, 2-4-1, 5 points, 19 goals for, 24 against. The Vipers right underneath them there, still also with 5 points. Actually, identical records, 2-4-1. 17 goals for, 22 against. So they're both a -5. So very even in terms of the type of play, in terms of points, and then the plus minus in terms of the goals for, goals against.
So we talk about maybe this game isn't all that important in the standings. Maybe it is, Eric.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, whichever team wins this game will end up right now in 4th place, I guess, in that division. So
yeah, the leapfrog, right? You're right.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right, last games for each team for the Vipers. They were 4-1 losers to the Stallions yesterday out at Fifth Third Arena. So that was the most recent game for the Vipers. And then for the Leafs, they played yesterday as well, 3:20 matchup. The Black Bears came to visit. And in that matchup, the Leafs won 5-3. So the Leafs coming off a win yesterday, and the Vipers coming off a loss. All right, both teams getting ready to head on up to the ice here. The Leafs in their home white with black. Looks like black pants, yep. And then the Vipers with their black and orange trim as well, getting ready to go here.
Looks like Aiden Deckert starting in net for the Leafs down to our left.
And to our right,
Sam Haas, I believe that looks like, number 15.
So Sam Haas in net. Those are your starting goalkeepers, and we're underway here in West Dundee. Thanks for joining us on the NIHL Game of the Week, Breakfast with NIHL, as we like to call it, and you got an extended breakfast this morning.
That's right.
All right, play inside the Vipers zone. They look to get it out. Cutting in front of the net, giveaway, and that shot just goes wide. I believe that was Micah Polenska with the shot there.
Yeah, dangerous play by Isaac Morin, skating right out in front of his net, and the puck got poked away from him.
Here's Urso for the Vipers, tried to get a shot off, but that one was partially deflected by Stella Wolf.
Just absolutely great defense there by Wolf again. Wide open net. She went sliding post to post to block a puck that was destined for an open net.
And Wolf clears that one down. That was touched, though, so no icing. Racing down to touch it is Charlotte Tilken. Tilken in the near corner. She's going to ring it around to the far corner. That's going to be picked up by Jonathan Fossey. Puck in the neutral zone. Then chipped into the Vipers zone. I'm going to push it outside. That's Isaac Morin. He's going to skate through the circle over the blue line.
Ooh.
And just offside. That was close.
Yeah, it was close. Ryan Henderson couldn't drag that toe, Eric, and went in ahead of the play.
No score here. 9:31 to go in the first period.
Both teams represented in the chat so far. Mary rooting for the Vipers, Kelly for the Leafs. So
all right. And we root for a good game is what
That's
we do.
all we care about. That's right. Another offsides.
All right, we're off to a start.
It's a bit choppy, but it's early,
Yes,
right?
that's
8:10
right.
on a Sunday morning. Everyone's a little bit, although these kids came in here ready to
You
go
kidding?
this morning.
My God.
They were running around, yelling, and they were ready to go. Me? It takes me at least one cup of coffee to get going at 8 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday.
Yes. Vipers throw it towards the net. That rings through the crease.
I think that hit something on the way through, and that almost found that near post.
Now pushing it up over to the far boards is Brandon Chesney. Vipers do a good job of keeping the puck in. They throw it over to the near corner. Leafs trying to clear, unable to. Oh, and then Gruber with a sandwich job. And holding on for the faceoff is Deckard.
Nice job by Deckard to cover up and not allow a rebound.
Gruber did a good job closing in on the Vipers player. Just bodied him off the puck. We'll have a draw to the left of Deckard. Taking the draw for the Vipers is Ryan Henderson. Leafs win the draw, chip it center. Henderson will track that one down and go behind his own net. Now he's in the near corner. Pushes that puck up. Lucas Sengpeel. Then flipped on net. Oh! Deckard, Aiden Deckard falls on that one. We've seen that kind of positioning a couple times there with Deckard in terms of just kind of falling down on the belly to cover up that puck.
Yeah, Andrew Swearingen from the top of the faceoff dot just flipped a bouncing puck in towards Deckard, and Aiden did a nice job to just smother it. And that's all you can do in that point, just kind of expand your body as much as possible and just smother it.
Vipers win the draw. Jervis threw it on net. It got deflected around, never actually got to Deckard. And then Sengpeel will throw it back in. Leafs trying to get it outside the zone, and they do. Tracking it back down here is Friend. He'll look to stop, spin in his near corner. And kept in at the near point. Kuehl tried to throw it towards the net. The Vipers picked that one up before it could get there. Ice is a little slippery this morning, Aaron. Shot towards the net. Oh, rebound, score! First shot did not get through, but there to pick up the loose change was Zachary Rolane. And the Leafs jump out in front 1-0.
Yeah, nice job by Rolane to keep at it, Eric. You said it. That puck made it through onto his stick. The first attempt, he wasn't able to hack it in, but the second one, he found the back of the net. So the Leafs jump out early here, 1-0, about 4.5 minutes into the first period. So Leafs get that all-important first goal here in the first.
7:25 to go here in the first. Leafs up 1-0. And again, that first goal coming from Zachary Rolane. Puck pushed back into the Viper zone, then brought in off sides as Fossey brought it in, but I believe Tilken was just ahead of Fossey, and that caused the offsides.
So Jeffrey Fox thanking us for the broadcast. The kids love it. Well, Jeffrey, so do we. Eric and I, we've said this many, many times on these games. We love hockey. We love youth hockey. We love watching the kids compete. So this is a lot of fun for us. This is not a job.
No, it can't be. Play along the far boards, and it's thrown between the circles. On net, and it's in!
Not sure who's going to get credit for that, Eric. It may have been Charlotte Tilken, who was the last person to touch it, or Jonathan Fossey. I think it may be Fossey because he's the first one over.
Yeah.
Congratulating or getting those high fives with the bench. But, yeah, that one just found its way through Haas, and in rapid succession, 2 goals in 45 seconds for the Leafs. They're up 2-0. But, we say time and time again, no shot is a bad shot at some of these levels. So if you can get the puck on net, do it. The Leafs did that, and Sengpil trying to get this thing a little bit closer.
Now Henderson in the far corner. Leafs trying to get it out, and it just does trickle over the blue line. So the Vipers will have to retreat, regroup. Preston Brinker along the near boards. Then dug out of there by Sengpil. He kind of sweeps it into the Leaf zone and play along the near boards. We've got about a 5-player pileup out to the neutral zone. Tilkin pushes it ahead. Chips it back again once more. Sengpil. There's Swearingen now. Then it's thrown back down. It's going to roll behind the net. No icing there. Over to the near boards. Sengpil carries that one in. We got players dropping by the minute
nice
there.
Nice glove save. Nice glove save by Aiden Deckert.
I could have swear for a moment he almost snapped the ball too. The snap like an outfielder.
That was a nice grab. I mean, and that one was ticketed, Eric, for the top of that net. So nicely done by Aiden Deckert to keep this thing 2-0.
Draw to the right now of Deckert. Taking the draw will be Julia Hassenberg for the Vipers. Squaring up against Brandon Chesney. Leafs get the draw. We got a head of steam here. Moving forward is Anderson, Riker Anderson. Now another player's down for the Vipers. Ooh, that's another time where they almost brought that puck out in front of their own net.
Yeah, you got to be careful about that. Put the puck up the boards along the side, but never right out in front of your goalie.
Circling inside his own zone, Corbin Friend throws it off the near boards. Leafs keep it in for the moment. Chesney, and then Anderson threw that one towards the net. Now it's behind. Friend had it for a moment. Then Braden Jervis will throw it up along the far boards, see if the Vipers can get it out. They do. Well, Moore Jr. had the puck taken away for the moment, gets it back. Then Gruber steps in. Boy, you've seen physicality from Gruber a couple times.
Yeah, out of these 10-year-olds, it's not something you see a lot very often is some physical plays. Obviously, it's limited.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we're seeing some bodies flying around this morning.
Now we're down to 4:29 to go here in the first period. 2-0 lead for the Leafs. Face off to the right of Deckert now. It's Henderson going against Zachary Rolane. And now Henderson coming out. Or actually, no, he is coming out.
Yeah, the Leafs only have the Vipers only have 4 skaters out there. Let's get this sorted.
Coming in will be Julia Hassenberg to take the draw against Rolane. Vipers get control of the draw. Morin throws it down. We'll go behind the net. Getting there first will be Colin O'Halloran. Play in the far circle. Backhanded towards the net, but picked off by O'Halloran. Tried to get it out, unable to. And then that one will go behind the net where Avery Kuehl will throw it up along the near boards. Picked off by Morin. Now we got 3-player, 4-player, 5 players. Right at the blue line, and it's taken out. Here's Zachary Rolane. You have the first goal for the Leafs. Thrown on net. Oh, puck is loose. Haas having some trouble squaring up that puck, and then it was too far out in front. He tried to go for it and eventually had to retreat. Luckily for the Vipers, no danger, at least for the moment.
A smart play to get back in his net. You get to a certain point where they're sort of in no man's land, and he's like, "Uh-oh,
yes.
Yeah, I'm not where I'm supposed to be."
Yeah, you could almost feel Haas feeling that.
Yeah, like at what point am I too far out of goal?
Kuehl tried to push that one out of the zone. Vipers trying to keep it in. Eventually, Siegmiller was able to get it out into Vipers territory, but then it's chipped out to the neutral zone, and Rolane will throw it back into Siegmiller. Still has it, centers it. Oh, what a pretty
beautiful
goal. Rolane with his second goal, and what a feed from Siegmiller.
Yeah, that was a beautiful pass as Siegmiller was able to work through the Vipers defense. And you're right, Eric, just put that one into the slot area, and Zachary Rolane gets all the glory because he gets the goal.
Right.
That was made by Ethan Siegmiller right there on that gorgeous centering pass. So great first period if you're a Leafs fan, 3-0.
Oh, Rolane with a pair of goals now for the Leafs. And we still have 2:45 remaining in the first. Now Henderson battling there with the Leafs, Charlotte Tilkin. Henderson comes out with the puck, but it's poked away. Good poke check there by the Leafs to keep it inside the zone for the moment. And then still there, eventually knocked out. Tracking it down, though, will be Wolf for the Leafs. Stella off the far boards.
It's a nice indirect pass there.
Mika Polenska had it for a moment, but then the Vipers get it out the center where Farrell will track it down. Try to, at least. And then Fossey. And that's rolled down. We'll see no icing. They're saying that one was touched through the neutral zone. So Preston Brinker is going to have to do something with it. Battle on the far post. And the puck eventually it's stuck on the back of the net eventually, so the referee whistled it down. So we'll have a face-off to the right of goalkeeper Sam Haas. Got Chesney on the draw against Hassenberg. Vipers and Hassenberg won that time. I think Hassenberg's won a few draws so far. Early going. Down to minute 27, 3-0 Leafs.
Big collision right in front of the penalty box. And I think we're going to have a penalty called here on the Leafs for
tripping.
That's tripping. That was a couple of players just crashing into each other. Corbin Friend and I think Liam Casey, number 13, just collided in front of the penalty box. And the official is going to say that Casey got him with the trip. So opportunity here for the Vipers with a minute 20 left in the first period. They're going to be a man up for the next 90 seconds.
Yeah, minute and a half penalties in the 10 and under age group here in Squirt. So almost a full period remaining of power play time for the Vipers. Once again on the draw was Hassenberg. The Vipers win. Flips it over to the near point. Unable to keep it in play.
And that's going to do it on the power play.
It'll be a hook, I believe.
It's going to be Jervis going here for
or a trip.
A hook or a trip, but you get to hear the thump right in front of us. Interference is actually going to be the call. So
I guess pick your poison.
Yeah, any of the above. Yeah. So 4-on-4. So the Vipers had a 15-second power play.
What was your favorite part of that?
The face-off win. The offensive zone face-off win.
Yes, Julia Hassenberg doing good in the dot. We've established that for the Vipers. And now the Leafs look to gain control of the draw, unable to. Chipped out the center. Matthew Bear had it for a moment. Oh, contact at center. Chesney knocked down, but the Leafs will carry on. Jake Gruber. Shot on net. Save made by Haas. And the hold on for the faceoff.
That's going to be another penalty. This time a rough on the Vipers. That collision at center ice will result in, I believe that's Isaac Marin. Yep, Isaac Marin, number 11, going to the box. So this is something you don't see very often in at this level of hockey. A 4-on-3 power play. I had our first penalty shot last week in a NIHL game.
Really?
Yeah, we had a penalty shot. We got a 4-on-3. We got all sorts of oddities going on right now.
So it was a clear breakaway situation?
Hand on the puck in the crease.
Okay. Haas stops that one. Haas falls on his stomach as well. So both goaltenders When they're trying to cover up that puck, they're prone. They're all laid out.
Smothering it.
Brinker skating in, tries to get around a defender. Shoots. Had a save made by Deckert.
Deckert went down early, but didn't pay for that. He went down before the shot was taken.
Now puck is loose. Rolane there. Tried to center it. Knocked away. Good defensive play there. I believe that was Morgan Fox.
So much open ice out here right now, Eric, with this 4-on-3.
Down to 3 seconds, 2 seconds. They're going to run out of time as the horn sounds. Deckert, for good measure, fell on the stomach again as he was trying to go for the puck.
Trying to go for the save there on that high pop-up, but entertaining first period, a good first period. If you're a fan of the Leafs, if you're a fan of the Vipers, still plenty of time to get back into it. 3-0 at the end of period one. Zachary Rolane with a couple of goals, looking really good for the Leafs. And so when we reset, it's going to be 4-on-3 for another 9 seconds, and then the Leafs will get Liam Casey out of the box, and the Leafs will then have a 2-man advantage for 15 seconds. So winning that offensive zone draw, or winning that faceoff, that initial faceoff for the Leafs, pretty important. If you can secure possession of the puck and get the puck into the offensive zone.
The Northern Illinois Hockey League is the largest youth hockey league in Illinois and one of the largest in the country. It's made up of 50 travel hockey organizations. Almost all the clubs are from Illinois, with a few from Indiana, Iowa, Missouri, and Wisconsin. This is the 53rd season of play in the Northern Illinois Hockey League. The NIHL member organizations field Tier 2 travel teams that compete in the Squirt, Pee Wee, Bantam, and Midget age groups defined by USA Hockey. The league also offers all girls hockey divisions each season. NIHL will partner with the Chicago Blackhawks to hold the league's NIHL Blackhawks tournament at the conclusion of the season. For more information about NIHL and its programs, please contact Bob Apter, NIHL president, or visit the NIHL.info website. We're back for play here in West Dundee with the Leafs holding a 3-0 lead as we start period two. They're on a power play for the next 20 seconds, 2-man advantage, 2-player advantage, I should say.
For the next 3 seconds.
Yes. Oh, yes, correct.
Yeah, so that's up now.
Now
so it's a 5-on-4 for
down
20
to 1.
seconds.
Carrying it in is Wolf. Goes to the near boards. Boy, more physical play there.
Yeah, kids are feisty this Sunday morning, Eric.
That was Hassenberg going into Wolf. Stella Wolf. And then we're down to 2 seconds. Both teams back to even.
Nice
Well,
move,
actually, not really. Morin went to the bottom. Oh, there's the extra skater. Now Friend fires. That rolls wide of the far post.
It's a nice individual effort by Friend, starting in his own zone, Eric. Was able to get a nice hard shot there. Just went wide of that post.
Stella Wolf stick handling through the circle over the blue line. And then Urso poked it away. Wolf tried to throw it on net. Now Stella Wolf goes for the wraparound. And getting in there right at the last minute was Henderson, Ryan Henderson, to deny that opportunity. So good support for Sam Haas. Now on the near boards. Swearingen pushes it ahead. Try to get it over to Sengpil, but Kuhl is there for the Leafs. Drops it back over to Farrell. Up the center where Friend gets it in the circle. They'll dump it back into the Leaf zone near boards. Farrell will take it behind the net. And then some contact there. That was Moore Jr. contacting with.
Got another roughing penalty called on the Leafs here.
Yeah,
it's gonna be Moore Jr., I think.
Yes, that was the contact with.
Well, and we saw it in the first period. A lot of physical play in that first period, and you have to wonder if maybe the referees are trying to kind of get a handle on it here a little bit, because we saw a lot more physical contact in a 10U game in that first period than we normally do.
Well,
it's been a lot of penalties called in the last handful of minutes.
So here's my take on it. Regardless if it's like just, incidental contact where they just know where their bodies are going and they're colliding, or intentional, you can't, don't know if it's that, but either way,
right.
it's the right thing to call. It's
a
like
trip's a trip, whether
right.
it's accidental or on purpose.
Right. You have to be a little more in control of yourself so
Right.
you can avoid, because we've had like 2 or 3 plays where players are just
another one right there,
straight up colliding, and another penalty.
Yeah, another penalty this time on the Leafs. So we're seeing it now, Eric, where they weren't calling it initially. They're calling these collisions, and yeah, we're going to be 4-on-4 now for a minute 4 as the Leafs will go to the box now. It's going to be Jake Gruber, number 22, going to the box for the rough.
I don't think I've ever seen a chippy 10U game.
No, right? Yeah, it's going to be a roughing penalty.
Wow. All right. So 2 players aside for the next minute 4, and then a brief 26-second power play for the Vipers. The draw will be inside the Leaf zone to the right of Aiden Deckard. Draw 1 by the Vipers, thrown on net. Oh, stick save, and then falling on it is Deckard. Nice job. That one got through from the far point. I believe that was Brinker putting that on net. It was.
Yeah, nice job by Deckard to track that puck all the way into his pads, not allow the rebound, cover up for a whistle.
Puck is loose. Henderson took a swing at it, then Sengpeel. Chesney will look to get it up off of the far boards for the Leafs, but it's kept in by Brinker. Now he tries to skate between the circles. Fox will have to help out. Now Fox drops down low, so now both are down low, and then Brinker is unable to keep that in at the far point. Fox will track it down. This will be an icing call against the Leafs. With 7:55 to go here in the 7:56 to go here in the second period. 29 seconds remaining on the Vipers penalty and 55 seconds remaining on the Leafs penalty. Face off to the right of Deckard. Henderson threw that towards the net from the face-off circle. Then it goes behind where Kuehl will pick it up. Instead of throwing it off the board, she threw it up to the near point, and Urso kept that in. And now here's Henderson between the circles. Tried to skate around Kuehl, puck poked away. And player down.
Another penalty called.
Siegmiller.
Yep, another penalty called.
And a trip. So tripping is the call, and it's Isaac Morin going to the box.
It's a second time for Isaac.
Well,
4 to a side again for the next 23 seconds, and then about a minute and 10-second power play for the Leafs.
So now the draw will be to the right of Sam Haas inside Vipers territory. Got Zachary Rolane taking the draw against Julia Hassenberg. Vipers get it to the near point, but Wolf keeps it in. Now Hassenberg has it, poked away by Rolane.
Tippable shot from the point by Wolf.
And skating it inside the zone is Siegmiller. Over to the far point. Friend will pick that off before it rolls to the net. Then he'll circle.
Ooh, nice move.
Nice stick handling, as you said. Puck knocked away by Siegmiller. He has it. He has Rolane to his right. He puts it over there. And another goal, just like the last one.
That combination of number 50, Ethan Siegmiller, and number 76, Zachary Rolane, getting it done for the Leafs here today. That's the hat trick for Mr. Rolane. But 2 of his 3 goals, he needs to buy Ethan a Coke for those. That's a couple of helpers, couple of really nice setups by number 50 in white, Ethan Siegmiller. And it's 4-0 Leafs here. 3 goals for Zach. I think that's our first hat trick this year, Eric. I think that's our first NIHL game of the week hat trick, Zachary Rolane.
Well, and we're not even halfway through the second period. Yep. So there's a good chance Mr. Rolane might add another goal or 2, perhaps. He's feeling it today. And you're right, Siegmiller on the money with those dishes.
Yep. A lot of times when you get those odd man rushes or situations like that, the I don't want to say the players freeze, but they think too much.
Here's Wolf at the near point. Haas pad save on that, then thrown between the circles. And now the Vipers will look to carry it through the neutral zone, through the circle. Skating wide, Moore Jr. throws it towards the net. Blocker save made by Deckert. And then it's kicked over to the far corner. Henderson overskated it. Brinker was there. And puck deflected on the way to the net. It'll go behind the goal line and then over to the near corner. A couple players fall down. Sticked away there by Deckert. Picked up by Stella Wolf. She'll throw it up over the near boards. Kept in by Fox. Ooh, that one tipped by Fossey. That could have been dangerous. But Leafs are okay. Vipers getting some zone time right now, but then the puck comes out of the zone. Unable to keep it in was Brinker just outside of the reach. Fox tracks it down, goes behind her net, cuts inside, then has it taken away. The second move she was unable to, but then Hassenberg comes in and sweeps that away defensively.
Nice job by Julia.
And then
nice outlet pass by Julia.
Immediately gets that one out to Sengpil, but that was knocked away by the Leafs. And
offsides, I think.
Okay.
So if you're the Vipers, Eric, and we saw this, we see this we saw this yesterday, that all it really takes is one good shift to kind of get you back on track and kind of get that momentum tilted back your way. And if you're the Vipers, can't score 4 goals at once.
Nope.
You got to get one shift, 1 goal at a time. So have a good shift here, put it together with a good shift after that, and try to get this thing a little bit closer before the end of the period.
Hassenberg won another draw there, that time against Chesney. I don't have official draw control numbers, but, man, she's been money in the dot. On her knees, sweeps it away over to the near corner, picked up, however, by the Leafs' Riker Anderson. Now the Vipers will carry it up over the blue line into the neutral zone. Isaac Morin, now far boards, flips it towards the net. That puck is stopped by Deckert. Puck came out, but then it's coming outside the zone. And Luca Urso will field that. Behind the net. Along the near boards, chipped out. That one's going to roll down for icing. 4:02 remaining here in the second period. It's a 4-0 lead for the Leafs. Blackhawk fans. The Blackhawks are proud to sponsor the Northern Illinois Hockey League. Be sure to tune in for these following regular season games. Tonight, the Hawks will be hosting the Minnesota Wild, 6 o'clock puck drop at the United Center. Game on NBC Sports Chicago. Tuesday, the Hawks will be hosting the New York Islanders, 7:30 puck drop on NBC Sports Chicago. And then Thursday, November 3rd, the Hawks will be hosting the Los Angeles Kings, NBC Sports Chicago, 7:30 puck drop. Don't miss the Chicago Blackhawks in action.
Anze Kopitar, one of my favorite NHLers.
Oh, that one slipped through. There's that goal you talked about, Aaron.
Matthew Bear cleans up the junk.
Bear gets the goal on a nice pass there from Ryan Henderson.
Yeah, Eric, I said it. You put together one shift to get 1 goal. You get that momentum tilted back your direction, and you go. It's still almost 4 minutes left to go here in the second period. If you can get 1 more before the end of this period, you go into that third period only down by 2. Feels a whole lot better than being down by 4.
And Dagger was right on the doorstep there. Bear was right on Deckert's doorstep.
Right, yeah.
4-1 is the score. 3:40 to go here in the second period. Vipers battling for another chance here. Pushed it on net. And then it goes behind.
Sengpil with another good opportunity for the Vipers.
Now the Leafs will carry it up along the near boards.
Uh-oh.
Rolane. Here's Rolane is free near circle. All through. And that time,
It's the other way around,
All the way
Eric.
around, where
Yep.
Siegmiller gets the goal on the assist from Rolane. Man, you are not kidding. Those two know how to pair it up.
Yeah, that was Zachary Rolane came down the near side and put that shot in on Sam Haas. The rebound came out the other side, and Ethan did exactly what Matthew Baird did down at the other side. He just waited at that post. The puck squirted out. He banged it home, and just like that, the Leafs retake the 4-goal lead at 5-1. A combination of Ethan Siegmiller and Zachary Rolane, tough to deal with.
Rolane with 4 points, 3 goals and a helper. As Brinker takes it, goes behind his net, now circles as he's double teamed. Leafs come out with it. Now Morgan Fox battling to gain possession of the puck. Oh, that one was almost tipped onto the net. Polenska had a stick in the lane there and almost deflected it on net. Now Moore Jr. will track it down on the far boards for the Vipers. Bodied off the puck there by Tilken. And then skating inside the zone is Polenska. Polenska has some room. Eventually, Hassenberg gets there. Then Fossey throws it on net, and Sam Haas covers up with 2:09 remaining in the second. 5-1 Leafs.
Nice job by Haas that time on Fossey. Fossey right out at the top of the blue paint. And Haas got down low, took that shot right in the Vipers logo, and held on for a faceoff.
Faceoff will be to the right of Sam Haas here. It'll be Chesney against Henderson, Ryan Henderson this time. And Chesney won that draw and threw it on net, towards the net. It went wide of the far post, however, and goes to the far corner where Isaac Morin had it. And now Sengpil for the Vipers gets it up. Oh, and we got a penalty down. Whoa, referee. I don't know if he's having them both off.
Yeah, he is. Gruber and Morin, Jake Gruber, Isaac Morin, got tangled up down here in the near corner, Eric, in the Vipers zone. And neither of them were willing to give an inch, so the ref blew the whistle and sending them both to the box for 90 seconds for roughing.
Both, yeah, it looks like both are for roughing, so referee is not too happy.
And you can see he's telling them. And he's talking to both of those kids as he's putting them in the box, too.
I wonder if it's more than just the minor.
It might be, because he's talking to the we'll see. See if it's 90 seconds or if they're in there beyond the 90-second mark. But, you know, we talk.
It has to be, because we're at, well, yeah, it's coincidental.
It's coincidental,
so, yeah.
But we're talking about the physicality of the game, and here in the second period, the referees are they're having none of it.
Yeah. Yeah, he was almost like the referee in Slapshot. Here come the Leafs again. Backhanded.
Ooh.
Chesney pushes that one through the crease.
And Riker Anderson waiting on that far side, on that near side too, but just out of his reach.
Corbin Friend had it. Now Haas trying to keep it out of the far post. Up ice goes Henderson. Henderson has a little room. Tries to get between the circles. Cuts in, shoots, scores! Henderson coast to coast. Ryan Henderson picked up the puck by his own net, just ran it up the middle, got to between the circles, and pushed it past Deckert. You have a 5-2 game.
Yeah, a little bit of a bit extra burst of speed right at the end of that rush to get in front of the Leafs defense. He cut out in front of Aiden Deckert, and as he was skating right to left, shot it back past the glove of number 27, Aiden Deckert, to get the Vipers within 3 again at 5-2. See if they can hold on. Last time they got a goal, the Leafs scored about 30 seconds later. So we'll see if the Vipers can maintain this momentum here now.
We're under a minute to play, 52 seconds, 5-2 lead for the Leafs, but the Vipers have scored 2 of the last 3 goals. And now here's Siegmiller. And just off sides. As soon as Siegmiller touched the puck, I was looking for Rolane.
Yeah, right. Yeah, JP Keck was in ahead of the play, and you could see the whistle blew. He just threw his head up in the air. He knew that he was in ahead of the play a little bit.
So 39 seconds now. The draw will be outside the Viper zone along the near boards. Rolane against Hassenberg. Let's see how Hassenberg fares against Rolane. And Rolane wins that draw. Now inside Leafs territory. Wolf will try and track that one down. A backhander by Hassenberg. 17 seconds remaining. Kept in at the far point. Thrown towards the net. Backhander by Moore Jr. goes wide of the far post. Hassenberg tracks it down. Now there's some contact over there. Could have called something there on the Leafs. Shot on net. Save made as the horn sounds. Wow.
That was an important save by Aiden Decker as that horn blew, Eric. That puck goes in the net with less than a couple of seconds left in the period. All of a sudden, if you're the Vipers, you're feeling really, really good about that third period.
Yep.
As it stands, down 5-2 going into the third, but the Vipers played a much better second period than they did first. You said they scored 2 of the last 3 goals.
Yeah.
But they got to figure out a way to stop Ethan Siegmiller and Zachary Rolane if they want to get this thing even.
Yeah, no, they really do. They really have to do that. That'll be the task here. And then, in addition to doing that, you got to pot 3 goals at least to tie it up. Chicago Blackhawks are proud to announce that the Blackhawks intermission and Junior Hawks pregame skates are now available for select dates this season. Contact Ben Ostler at 312-455-7096 to register your teams today. Well, it's been an entertaining game. I know the score isn't as close as probably we would like, but there's been a lot of up and downs, a few too many penalties that I would have expected for a 10U game. Some of it sloppy play, but some of it a little bit chippiness.
Well, yeah, and you said it, Eric. I mean, intentional or not, you have to know your position on the ice. You have to know where your stick is. You have to know where your skates are. You have to know where your opposition is, and whether it's intentional or not, a trip is a trip. Roughing is roughing, whether it's intentional or not. So, it's, a lot of penalties called in that second period. The first half of that second period, I don't think we ran 5-on-5. So,
a lot of people checking in on the stream. We already talked about Mary Dulick for the Vipers and Kelly Strelecki-Siegmeier for the Leafs. Also Jeffrey Fox for the Vipers. Ashley Felt for the Leafs. Emily Zoff, Jack Krieger. Let's play along the near boards here.
Sengpeel walking in.
Centering attempt that goes between the circles, and that's going to be picked up by Charlotte Tilkin. On net. And that one covered up.
Nice job by Haas to cover up, who had Micah Polenska waiting there for a rebound. Covers up for a whistle. Yeah, we had all sorts of people in chat today. This is great.
Yeah.
For Sunday morning. Thanks for joining Eric and I. We got another one coming up right after this. Got the 12Us in action. So stick around. Have some more coffee.
Boy, oh boy. Yeah, a ton of people checking in. So we appreciate that. Thanks for tuning in and providing your comments as that puck goes behind the net inside Leafs zone. 5-2 lead for the Leafs with just over 10 minutes remaining in the third. Oh, fanning on that one was Urso. Then backhands it between the circles. Puck is loose. Swearingen just kind of did a sweep there, trying to get it towards the net. Still haven't really put anything on Deckert as of yet in this shift inside the zone. Oh, that one was close. Deflected. Henderson. Oh, wow.
Right through the blue paint.
I think he had a little more time than he thought. If he would have slowed down, he might have been able to get that one past Deckert by the near post. But again, the Vipers putting on the pressure here. Now up the middle go the Leafs. Chesney avoiding a couple players. Nice play. Let's see.
Ryan Henderson at the blue line there, Eric, stood up the Leafs as they tried to cut into the offensive zone, and that forced the Leafs offside. So good defense.
Well, I think Moore Jr. was on that too. They might have both done that.
Or I could have just been confusing 25 and 26.
That
it's a distinct
been, yeah.
possibility as well.
Yeah, no, right. Standing up at the blue line. That was an excellent play by Moore Jr. As overskating that one was Matthew Bear. And now here's Rolane. Rolane of the hat trick. Going to chase after it. It's going to go below the goal line. And taken away by the Vipers. Skating between the circle. Danger time there for Friend.
Friend's got some fancy stick work, Eric. He's done this a few times.
Now Rolane pushes it back down towards the far corner. Friend will get there again for the Vipers. And he was taken off the puck by Siegmiller. Now Keck flips it towards the net off of Rolane. Goes behind. Siegmiller will chase it down. Got to look out. Rolane's sitting right.
He's waiting.
Yep.
Three's not enough.
No, it's not. More is always good in hockey. Oh, nice pass there from Hassenberg off the boards, but Keck picks it up for the Leafs and then pushes it inside Vipers territory. Friend will have to handle the puck once more. Go over to the near side, cut inside between the circles. Keck shoots, scores. That's what we talk about. That's a danger play.
Yep.
And Keck was there just to pick that up. Got the loose change, fired it into the net. JP Keck with the goal, and the Leafs now up 6-2.
Yeah, Corbin Friend has shown the handle, to use a basketball term, has shown the handle here this morning with that puck on his stick, but this time coming out from behind his net, just sort of lost control of the puck, and it found its way right onto the stick of JP Keck, who didn't wait, didn't hesitate. And that line, Eric, because he's been on that same line with Ethan and Zachary Rolane, that line has been causing havoc. That's 5 goals from that line here this morning.
Yeah, Keck wanted to get in on the action as well. That one thrown on net. Deckert made the save. He's back up. 7:30 to go in the third period. 6-2 lead for the Leafs. Knocked outside the zone there by Palenska. Now a 5-player battle along the far boards. Puck is still there. And then thrown back into the Leaf zone. Chipped back out by Farrell. And tracking it down now will be Brinker. Brinker trying to reach Sengpil. Outside of the reach. And it's going to be tracked down by Liam Casey. Casey had the puck knocked off. Backhanded in by Brinker. Swearingen unable to corral that one. Fox tries to keep it in, doing a good job there at the far point. But then it's eventually thrown out to the neutral zone where Charlotte Tilkin will dump it in. That'll roll down, tracked by Moore Jr. Moore Jr. Up ice. Uh-oh. Here we go again for the Leafs, almost. Henderson. Out to center ice, trying to get it to Moore Jr. Tilkin pushes ahead, then Fossey. Now Morgan Fox for the Vipers spins. Backhand to the near boards. Leafs had numbers there, though, so they keep the puck in. And digging it out is Palenska. Throws it on net. Oh, rebound trickled through the crease.
Palenska had a second attempt at that one and just knocked away.
Now up the near side is Brinker over the blue line. Heading between the circles. Fossey comes in there and sweeps the puck off his stick by Jonathan Fossey. Up the ice to Tilkin. Kept in, however, by Moore Jr. He's triple teamed. Tilkin comes out with it. Brinker tried to hold on to it. He slipped. Tilkin picks up the loose change and then skates in. That was a generous non-offsides call.
Yep.
Morgan Fox battling now with Polenska. Polenska will find it. Centers it. Chesney unable to get it through. Had a wide open net there if he could have swept that one through, but unable to corral it. Moore Jr. now pushes it into Leafs territory. We're down to just over 5 minutes remaining here in the game. 6-2 lead for the Leafs. And coming up ice is Avery Kuehl. Kuehl had the puck knocked off, still inside Leaf zone along the near boards. Now Kuehl gets it out the center where Isaac Morin picks it off. They are well offsides.
Yeah. Yep. There's no. I think the official forgot there's no delayed offsides here at here in NIHL, and it took a second, but eventually the right call was made.
I mean, Matthew Bear was trying to get out of the zone, but it's like had no chance on that one. Face off outside the Leaf zone along the far boards, and it will be Chesney going against Henderson. Henderson wins that draw. Swearingen tries to backhand it inside Leaf zone. And then picked up by Henderson. Oh, nice stick move. Shoots it on net. Save made Deckert. Wow. Oh.
Yeah, even in a lot of what's looking like it's going to be a Vipers loss, Ryan Henderson's been impressive out there for the Vipers here today. Has a goal on a self-created breakaway, I guess. And then that opportunity right there, he's looked pretty good for the Vipers.
And a tremendous save there by Deckert as well on the play by Henderson. Again, great stick handling by Henderson. Deckert was able to absorb that. He was up to the task. That puck flipped high. Oh, wow.
He made the save. Wow.
Without going into the net.
That's happened, I think, 3 times here tonight where the puck has been flipped high in the air. And Aiden Deckert, a little bit of flailing around, and he's getting the job done. Dominic Hasek-esque, maybe.
That's right.
Right? I mean,
that's a good comp.
The Dominator was always flopping around in net, but he made the saves.
5-2, 6-2 advantage for the Leafs here. And we're going to get another penalty.
It's going to be a trip on the Vipers.
Yeah. And Sengpil will head to the bye. He knew it. He was hoping he didn't get called for it, but call he did with 4:17 remaining, 6-2 lead for the Leafs, and they'll head to the power play as the draw will come down inside Vipers territory. Should be to the left of Haas, but I guess it doesn't matter at this point. It's to the right.
Our left. Maybe that's what they're doing.
Yeah. Face-off won by the Leafs. Shot there by Farrell goes wide and over to the backboards. There's Rolane digging it out. Backhanded centering attempt. They had Siegmiller waiting right in the crease. And then there's Keck taking his place. So always have net front presence for the Leafs. Between the circles. Rolane keeps it in. Chase it down. Backhander. Trying to get it over to the far post where Siegmiller was waiting, but that was picked off by the Vipers and Braden Jervis. Puck thrown on, hits the side of the net on the near side. And now Rolane will pick it up, push it ahead to Keck. Keck, nice move, cut to the inside. A lot of traffic. Tight between the circle.
Nothing out wide. Everybody crammed in the middle.
This could be a shorthanded opportunity for Moore Jr. Shoots. Oh, that one slips through.
Yep, that got in.
That time, Deckert wasn't able to get there positionally and get the stick flush. And Moore Jr. with the shorthanded goal, 6-3.
Yeah, and I don't think that Tim Moore Jr. realized initially, Eric, that puck went in the back of the net. He scored, and he was the only one not celebrating. He took a couple of looks over towards that net as he was being swarmed by his teammates. So the Vipers not going away quite yet. They're down by 3. They're still shorthanded for another 22 seconds, but good also by Tim Moore to get that opportunity and get his team a little closer.
And that was coming on the heels of a centering attempt from Rolane trying to get it over to Siegmiller. That was picked off, and then Moore Jr. was able to track down and get the shorthanded goal. So nice job there shorthanded by the Vipers. 6-3. Penalty is about to expire for the Vipers and Sengpeel. And now here's Henderson. Henderson skates wide. Has the puck knocked off by Fossey. Now Brinker. Brinker throws it around. Fox will try and keep it in. Throws it towards the goal, just wide of the near post. Now Henderson battling. Penalty is over. Both teams at full strength. Then out to the neutral zone. Here's Polenska. Mika Polenska had the puck taken away. Then Polenska finds it again along the backboard. 2:10 remaining. 6-3 lead for the Leafs. Here's Polenska inside, scores! Digs it off the near corner, comes along the goal line and tucks it past Haas, and it's 7-3.
Yeah, you could almost see that coming from Micah Polenska here in this third period, Eric. He's had 3 or 4 opportunities, and this time the puck found his stick, and he was all alone in front of Sam Haas, and nothing Sam could do about that one as Micah gets the extra point. Gives the Vipers a 7-3 lead.
Well, this is one of our higher scoring games of the year so far. A little home cooking for the Leafs. We're down to a minute 57 remaining. A 7-3 lead for the Leafs. So again, as Aaron mentioned previously, we have another game coming up right here at 9:20. As the Leafs Pee Wee A3 team are going to host the Northbrook Bluehawks Pee Wee A1 squad. Again, that game coming up at 9:20, right back here on the NIHL TV network, powered by Stream Sports Midwest. Brinker throws it on net. Making the save was Deckert. That time he had the stick on the ice. Was able to stop that one and fall on it. Face-off will be to the right of Aiden Deckard, who's had a pretty good game in net.
Yeah, he gets the job done. I mean, it doesn't matter how you do it. You just keep the puck out of the net. That's the goalie's job, and for the most part, Deckard has done that.
Hassenberg on the draw against Rolane. Swearingen threw it towards the net. And that one gets in!
Is that Moore again? I think that was Tim Moore again,
yes,
Eric.
Tim Moore Jr.
Yeah, just turned around and whipped that one towards the goal from the faceoff dot. That's 2 goals in about 3 minutes here for number 26, Tim Moore Jr. So the Vipers, they fell behind 3-0 at the end of that first period, Eric, but have played the Leafs even here in the last 2. So 7-4.
It was a high-octane game.
A lot of offense.
Minute 29 remaining, probably good for another 3 goals. Here's Rolane, speaking of goals.
Speaking of 3 goals.
Yes. Oh, that one whistles in front of the net. Little contact there by Siegmiller under the feet of Haas, but no damage. And now the Vipers look to get it outside the zone. They do. Picked up nicely there by Sengpeel. Sengpeel racing in. Shoots! And Deckert holds on to make the save. Getting congratulated by his crew.
A nice hard shot by Sengpeel from the top of the near faceoff dot. Nice save made by Deckert.
Well, I'll tell you that their goals for average for both teams jumping up after this one. The Leafs were averaging 2.71 goals for. The Vipers were at 2.43. Now we're under a minute to play, 55 seconds. Henderson inside the zone, trying to center it over to Hassenberg, then tried to sweep around. Oh, that was Moore Jr. again. Oh, that one deflects in and scores!
There's the hat trick.
Moore
Tim
Jr.
Moore,
Oh, my God.
And he gets clotheslined by his own teammate for his efforts. But
Holy
Tim Moore
cow.
Jr., so 2 hat tricks. This one a natural hat trick in the third period.
Wow.
By Tim Haas Jr. or by Tim Moore Jr.
Yeah.
He's got 3 in the third. Got 3 in the third. It's 7-5 with 44 seconds left.
Holy cow. 7-5. And now we get a timeout call. I believe that timeout was called by the Leafs. A as you can see, the
little bit animated coaching staff on the Leafs side of things.
yes,
telling his guys to finish strong here.
well, this will be a key face-off. I mean, anything can happen here, so we'll see what goes on with the draw and who's going to be in the circle. Hassenberg has won the majority of the draws for the Vipers. In the circle, it's going to be Rolane, so I think he's their best centerman in the circle for the Leafs. And is it going to be Henderson or Hassenberg at the dot for this draw? It looks like it's going to be Henderson. So Henderson against Rolane for the draw here.
And Haas is going to be in goal on this faceoff. I thought maybe they'd just go with 6 skaters right out of the chute, but see if maybe they can win the faceoff first.
Sengpil gets control of the draw, but then it's knocked away. Henderson pushes it forward, swept in there by Bear, knocked outside of the zone, and then going after it is Luca Urso, and that's going to be an icing call. And so that's favorable for the Vipers. They get to bring that draw down into Leafs territory. It'll be to the left of Aiden Deckert.
Yeah, and Sam Haas is coming off the ice now, so there will be 6 skaters out there for the Vipers here on this offensive zone faceoff.
And I imagine it was Hassenberg. Yes, that's the one they've added. And then she's going to take the draw against Rolane this time.
Sengpil lined up in that shooter's spot right at the top of the faceoff dot.
As is Henderson. Where's Moore Jr.? I don't see him. He's not out there right now.
Nope.
Puck in the far corner, 17 seconds remaining. Trying to dig it out is Bear. And now Hassenberg goes after it, throws it between the circles, never gets there. And then Wolf will track it down. Stella Wolf down to 5 seconds, 4 seconds. And that'll do it. Empty net try is going to go awry as time winds down before it can be whistled for icing. Final score here as they pile up on the goalie. Aiden Deckert, the Leafs win this one in a shootout, 7-5. The Leafs at one point had a 6-2 lead.
Yep.
But the Vipers kept coming back.
Yeah,
Final score 7-5.
Yeah, they didn't quit. It's nice to see. And, you know, the good thing, there are positives for both teams you can take out of this one. So
Yep.
final seeding around game, and we'll see where they end up.
So that'll do it for game one here in West Dundee at the Canlan Ice Arena. We'll be back for game two. And again, game two is going to have the Leafs Pee Wee A3 squad. They're hosting the Northbrook Bluehawks Pee Wee A1 squad in about, let's say about 10 minutes or so, 10, 15 minutes as they got to scrape the ice. So we thank you for joining us for game one, and we'll be back for game two. Again, final score, Leafs 7, Vipers 5. We'll be back in about 15 minutes for game two right here on the NIHL TV network.